Hey guys, I just want to come through and say to all of you who are like still dreaming, which is awesome, to all of you who are dreaming and you just feel like things are taking too long or you're not where you want to be, I just want to encourage you. Like, I was talking to a friend last night and they were just talking about like working out, and I said, for me, getting in shape, right? Just an analogy for life. Getting in shape is very much likened to, in my mind, what you do is you set forth a goal. Like, I want to lose 10 pounds or I want to get, stronger or whatever. And then you figure out how that's achievable. And then you set a timeline in motion in my mind. And this might be my business side coming out because I do run a business called Helps To. Check it out. It's a media company. Super fun, super cool. Long story short though, I put the timeline in motion, and then in my mind, I'm like, yeah, I can have all these accusations come against me from the enemy or whatever, or whoever. People just can be mean sometimes when they figure out what you're trying to do, or they get jealous or whatever. There's just a lot out there that tries to distract you and hold you down. But in my mind, I have a timeline. And for me, it's not, can I do it? Or like, am I strong enough to do this? Or like, I'm so out of shape, like, I don't know if I can run on the treadmill. I'm like, honestly, if you just wake up day by day by day, take it step by step by step, you end up in this super good place after like 2-3 weeks, a month, 2 months. And so I just want to encourage you. I don't know what your goals are. I don't know what they look like. For me right now, I just want to get in shape, and I really want to be consistent with putting out just elements of hope on the internet. Like, I want people to feel like Martay is a part of their lives, which I am for a lot of people. And I want them to feel God's love through my posts constantly, not just like once a month. So for that, like, I've put a plan into place. Like, I show up every Friday, I try to do a live video on Instagram, and I love talking to you guys. You know, I do a weekly music video on YouTube, and then I put it on Instagram, just different things like that. For my working out, I work out 3 times a week, strength training, and I do 4 times a week cardio, because that's my goal. So like, that's on the way to my goal. So I just want to say, if you feel a little discouraged right now, it is a journey. But if you don't have a plan in place and kind of like the journey markers in place, like whenever you run a marathon or a half marathon or whatever, I love running them because as you do, I've never ran a marathon, but like a half marathon or whatever, 7K, whatever, 10K. Whenever you run them, they have mile markers. And I just am so grateful for those mile markers, because if you're running, like me, I'm not a natural runner. Like, I really have to train this body to run. This body ain't made to run, y'all. This body is made to eat Cheetos. I'm just kidding, it's not. But when I'm running, those mile markers literally save my mental life, like, as I'm running, because it is just really hard. Hey, Matthias, it's good to see you. They save my mental life because as I'm running, I really just need to know, like, I'm about to get to where I'm going. It is all about getting to that end destination. So I want to just encourage you, if you have a goal, you need to put your mile markers in place and like really just commit to the small steps on the journey. When I'm running a half marathon, whatever, 10K, those mile markers really give me the capacity to say, okay, Martay, 1 more mile, and then you're halfway done. 1 more mile, and then you're 3/4 of the way done, and it really pushes me to keep going. And so I want to encourage you, some of you are really feeling defeated or whatever, simply because your mile markers aren't in place. What do your mile markers look like for you? For me, on my fitness journey right now, they look like literal weeks just being done. So I started a 6-week fitness journey because I want to get in shape for the summer. I love just feeling comfortable when I'm at the beach and different stuff like that. Nothing crazy. I don't need to show off. That's just not my heart. But for me, I had a 6-week time period. So as soon as it was now 5 weeks, I'm like, okay, I'm like getting closer. 4 weeks. And I just made sure I did what I was supposed to do each week. And those were my mile markers. Super great. My mile marker with just doing my own music right now is a weekly mile marker. I wanted to do a year of putting out a video every week. It sounds crazy, and it is not easy. But I love it. It's so fun to me. I love media. I love music. I love you guys. It's worth it. So for me, as soon as I did weekly videos every single week, the weeks started ticking down, and I was like, man, my goal is like almost accomplished. And so then I started dreaming of new goals. Well, if I did that, what can I do next? Or if I've achieved my fitness goals, what's next for me? Because there is more. God wants more for your lives. And so I just want to let you guys know, if you have goals and you just feel a little bit defeated, I want to say, hey, you're not. Lift your head, look towards God. Ask the Holy Spirit, hey, what should I put into place as my mile markers? Because let me tell you, I ran one race with my friend Nicole. She could tell you, it was like I believe it was like a 10K, which is about like almost 7 miles. And I remember towards the end of the race, I was tired. We're running up these hills. I'm done. I'm ready to be done. It's just like, got me running up hills. And then what really just hurt me is that they didn't have mile markers towards the end. And so I knew I was close, but I didn't know how close. And so I actually stopped running towards the end because I'm like, mentally, I just felt like it was too much. I just let my mind kind of take control. And I remember walking, like literally, guys, it was just so unfortunate. I started walking probably, what was it? Maybe like 400 feet before the finish line. And my friend Nicole kept going, and she broke a great record. And I would have broke it too if I would have just kept going. But I stopped about 400 feet before the finish line, and I just started walking. Now I finished, and it was a great race. It wasn't horrible, you know what I mean? But I really could have achieved what I was out there to achieve, and finished well if I would have had mile markers in place. So bless the people that ran that race, but that was hard for me. But you really get to honestly kind of control elements of your race. I mean, God is ultimately the one that provokes, what your race looks like, especially if you're following him. But at the end of the day, you can put some mile markers in place. When God says to do something, put your mile markers in place so that you don't get distracted, you don't get those feelings of defeat. So anyways, I love you guys. I just wanted to come through and say that put your mile markers in place. This is a journey. It is okay for things to take a long time. I just got finished writing my first book. I'm so excited. More details to come for my media company, for creatives like myself, like musicians, artists, people that really want to reach people, have a heart to reach people, change the world, make a difference. I wanted to write a book on how do you do that? Like, what are some long-lasting, timeless principles to reach people long-term? So I wanted to write a book. I think I got the vision for that book like 3 years ago. Legitimately 3 years ago, I got the vision for this book. And God told me to write a book too. And it was confirmed through someone else actually telling me before I told anybody. And I was like, whoa, this is getting crazy. So I started writing my book with my fellow friend and coworker, Grace Robinson. And low key, guys, it took us 2 years. And to be honest, we didn't have a lot of mile markers in place. And if we did, I think it would have went a lot quicker. But I just want to encourage you, God is placing on some of your hearts just dreams and desires. And they're not coming to place or coming to be. Some of you, it might just be timing. God is very particular about timing. Trust his timing. It is the best. I would not change his timing for the world. Sometimes I grow a little, my heart grows weary, you know what I mean? But the Lord will be there to encourage you if you just say, hey, God, I need you. I'm struggling. But some of us, we just aren't moving. Faith without works is dead, right? And so we're not moving because we don't have mile markers in place because it seems too big. A marathon feels really big when you don't see the mile markers. But if you see the mile markers, okay, I did 3 miles. I did 5 miles. Okay, I can keep going. 7 miles. So you can like place your eyes on each mile marker and then start to achieve those goals. And so put your mile markers in place. If you know that there's dreams on the table for you and God is calling you to do things, put them in place so that you can get to where you need to be and truly become the person that you are designed to be. God will get you there by his goodness, but you want to be faithful. We will be held accountable at the end of the age. All right, I'm done preaching. I'm going to put this smoothie in my belly, and then I'm gonna go play the bass. Love y'all. I love you guys so much. Seriously. If you need prayer, send me a DM. That's what I'm here for. We're family.